All right, today we're going to be talking about uses of this straight punch or Jung Kwon when we hit with this part of the fist. I was talking with one of my instructors recently, and he had students fighting in these bare knuckle fighting contests, I guess. And I guess half of the people that were fighting broke their knuckles, broke their fists, fingers and things like that. So that reminded me of why in the old days people hit the makawara. They hit a striking post, they hit it like 1,000 times to condition the bones in the hands, because the fist really isn't meant to hit that skull unless you condition it. So these trained fighters were breaking their hands, half of them. So with that being said, if you're doing a bare knuckle for self-defense, you might want to keep that in mind. If we're facing each other, so if I use these straight punches, my rear weapon is actually my close range weapon. It's my close range weapon. I can go to the face or the body or whatever, right? But I'm using that as my close range. My middle range weapon would be my front hand. My front hand straight to him, so straight in. Or for this range, I could step and hit. So I have a close range, I have a middle range, and I have a long range punch. So I can use different ranges with that same punch. Maybe on this angle, if I use like a big punch or a haymaker, usually people can see this coming because I'm opening myself up. Plus I am opening myself up. So these punches sometimes get disguised because they're straight and coming in. So a lot of people don't notice the straightness of the punch because it disguises it, and it's a shorter distance coming from here than a big loop. And people do the loop because they want to get power, but you're sacrificing the deceptiveness of the strike. So you can do those straight punches, and you can hit to any target, like solar plexus or up to the nose or whatever. A lot of times some styles will hit from down by the belt, or some will cock it up here, but usually it's down. So like if you watch me, we'll switch back now. So when we're in this position, sometimes when we're sparring, I'll lower one hand and come from low to high. Because when I'm high, he sees the weapon and he can kind of see it coming more. But when I'm low, it comes from low and it comes up to hit. So I call that like under the radar, especially if his guards are up or whatever. I'll lower and I'll shoot up from under the radar. Or high with one, you can go under the radar with the other. So that's some applications, basic ones. If he's like in a boxing type stance and he throws a jab, I can come off on an angle and hit there. Now if he throws an across, I can do the same on the other side. I can switch sides or switch to the body. So I can go to angles. If I have his sleeve or his arm, say he jabs again, and I grab his arm. Now that's not easy to just grab, but if he does it, and I kind of guard and grab, I can grab this or the sleeve, and I can step and punch. Now I would be pulling his arm. I'd be pulling his arm as I hit. So from this angle, I'd be pulling this arm and stepping and hitting. That's this. This is this pulling hand. Another thing I could do is I could grab here, or let's say I pulled him down, I could grab his shoulder and step and punch, and pull in with the shoulder as I hit on his head. So that's another way we could do that punch. Let's see he does a roundhouse kick. Either one, go ahead. I catch, and then I step and punch. So I can catch the kick, that's this, and step and punch. Another way I can do this, throw that punch. So when I'm in this position and I clear it, I could use this punch, to step in deep. I'll do it slow on there, and take him down. Only I am doing that slow, but this arm would like hit right across his neck, like this, and it penetrates through as I step through with that punch. And I go deep and knock him over. So those are some ways you can use that straight punch or that Jung Kwon in Tang Soo Do, or in any style of karate.